there's a whole host of issues, so that's why I'm focused on getting a good sense of what your thinking is on some of these. If Turkey were to recognize the Armenian genocide, would the United States be willing to do so?
We would have to see at that time, Senator. I can't commit the administration to any future action.
No, I realize you can't, but would you, as the U.S. ambassador to Turkey, say to the administration, whoever that is, the next administration, that in fact we should recognize it as well?
We constantly review many things in our foreign policy processes. This one, because of the great interest in the American public and in Congress, is one that gets reviewed all of the time. That would certainly be a very major factor in any review if the two sides could come to an agreement on that particular term or other issues related to the past.
Well, if Turkey on its own came to the evolution that in fact it made a decision that yes, a previous, not even Turkey as we know it today, but the Ottoman Empire did what the State Department says it has, and said yes, there was a genocide, would it not be in the interest of the United States to recognize what Turkey itself has recognized?
It would be, as I said, Senator, a very important factor, but aside from being concerned about committing this or the future administration to a specific course of action or predicting it, there would be other factors that would have to be weighed, such as our general approach to other conflicts and taking positions. The relationship between Turkey and Armenia is a major factor in the policies we take, the words we use, but there are other factors as well, sir.
When you take the oath, should you be confirmed by the Senate as the ambassador of the United States to Turkey, do you know what that oath says?
Yes, sir.
And does that oath speak to an administration, or does it speak to the country?
It speaks to the country.
And in that respect, one of the things that I look when we have nominees here is that when we have our understanding fully that the State Department, to a large degree, is going to, and whatever administration you work for, is going to define your parameters. But when I have an ambassador here, I want to be able to get straight talk so that, in fact, I know and can make judgments as one member of the United States Senate and of this committee, and I can't get that straight talk if I hear a constant constrainment of what is the truth or the realities and the opinions you might have in a country as it relates to questions being posed to you by members of this committee. So, you know, I hope that we recognize that the oath is to the country, and this is an institution of the country at the end of the day. And so let me ask you this question. You know, there are a series of media accounts, I won't take them all here, that reported that Under Secretary of State Edelman and Assistant Secretary of State Dan Fried traveled to Turkey in October of 2007 to, quote, express regret over the adoption of the Armenian Genocide Resolution by the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee, one that I sat in at one time. Is it your view, should you ultimately be approved by the Senate as an ambassador, to express regret of what an institution of the United States Congress does?
Senator, I never have and I never will express regret. This is a independent and equal organ of the United States government. It deserves the respect of everyone everywhere in the world.
And I